Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to share my STEM journey with you. And most of you know what STEM stands for. It's science, technology, engineering, and math. And most of you, when you study STEM, you refer to your textbooks, you go in the laboratory, or you probably work on the computers, laptops. And when you're working on all those avenues, I'm pretty sure that you look at different pictures of scientists. Or what is a scientist? And a lot of times when this question is asked to a lot of young kids like yourselves, they thought about a man with a beard or glasses, crazy hair, wearing a lab coat, or usually they thought about Albert Einstein, Newton. um, Very few students actually could name a real scientist that they know about, or they could not think about female researchers. Um, can you think about any scientist, or do you know one? Interesting, right? So here are different scientists. So when we think about scientist or a researcher, because scientist is just one type of a researcher, they are people. And a lot of times we just forget that. Researchers, they come from all different backgrounds. They come from different ethnicities, different skin colors. They speak different languages. Researchers are diverse. And so I just wanted to share with you, look at all this diversity in these scientists or researchers. They do look different from each other. They do wear glasses, some of them at least, but they are not crazy. And you can be next if you put your mind to it. So here I am. I'm a researcher. So all these things that I'm sharing, this is my identity. I'm an associate professor. I'm a teacher. I'm a STEMinist. I'm a parent. I am Dr. Vanashri Nargund Joshi. Um, a lot of my students just call me Dr. NJ. So here I am today sharing my STEM journey with you. So I'll begin with when I was a little girl in India. So there I was. Um, when I was little, I grew up in India. Um, I used to love hiking and being close to nature. I would collect feathers, leaves, observe insects. I had this huge collection of colorful gemstones, and I used to love observing them in sunlight because they would create this beautiful rainbow. And I would read about science, or my parents would read me about science, but they will also explain me how it's all connected with our lives. When I was in middle school, I really loved studying about plants and animals. I used to get really amazed by how human body works. I really dreamed about being a doctor because everything related to life science used to fascinate me. And I used to read a lot about inspiring people and what their lives are, what their struggles were, and how did they overcome all those struggles. So this one book, and I read it in my native language, and it was biography of American agriculturalist George Washington Carver, and it had such deep impact when I was in middle school or beginning high school years. I still, that is just one of my favorite books. And then when I was in high school, I used to visit my dad's office. He was meteorologist. So this is Indian Meteorological Department in the city of Pune, India. So Pune is one of the big metro cities in India on the west coast of India. I used to visit my mom's college. She was professor, so I used to love visiting the laboratories and just look at different specimens. I would go to the university departments and just look at the exhibits that they have. And I always participated in science fairs and or what we used to call science congress. And I always, when I think back, I always think all these outside classroom experiences were really meaningful for me, and they helped me learn more science or just have my career pathway in science. So I did my bachelor's in science in zoology. So this is my college again in Pune. And these were really transformative years of my life. I learned about what it means to do research. I met wonderful professors. I learned how to ask good questions, how to find answers without getting tired and without getting frustrated. Um, and I was part of all these different clubs like sky gazing, bird watching. So I had this really wonderful friend circle, or I would say peer mentors who impacted me tremendously. Then I did my master's in science in molecular biology. So this is University of Pune, one of the renowned university globally. And then I did another bachelor's in education. And then I started teaching science in high school. So all this is still happening in India. So year was 2006 when first time I came to the United States for my PhD at Indiana University Bloomington. Go IU, go Hoosiers! And I graduated in 2012 with PhD in science education. So you can see this is my advisor at the graduation ceremony, and it was just one of the wonderful moments in my life because my parents were really proud that I left all by myself from India, came here alone, and earned my doctorate. So they were very, very proud about this entire journey. Then I did my postdoctorate from State University of New York, Buffalo. So as a postdoctorate, you take one big research project, you work on it, you collect data, you analyze data, you present your data at different conferences, you write manuscripts. So that's all I did when I was postdoctorate for 1 year at SUNY Buffalo. And here I am in New Jersey. So year was 2013. I came as assistant professor at New Jersey City University, and currently I work at two departments, elementary and secondary education and biology. So what do I do? I teach. It's a big part of who I am as STEM person. I teach a variety of courses in biology like the human body, nutrition, principles of biology. I also teach teachers how to teach science to young children and high school kids. I also teach young children and sometimes middle schoolers and high schoolers as well. They visit university campus, or here we are just doing a Zoom session, and pretty much kids all around the United States could join, and we had fun activities. Sometimes I teach teachers at the workshops. So these are actually teachers from China, and they were visiting NJCU campus. And sometimes I teach parents through different workshops. The big part of who I am is I research. I present at the conferences. So here you can see just different avenues. This is my another advisor from IU. This is my student. So we are presenting together at the conference. As part of my research, writing it's big part. I write research articles. So this is just one article that I'm sharing here. And this is my book that I published last year, Science Education in India. So again, another proud moment in my life. Um, I represent, and that is a big part of my job or big part of my portfolio. This is I am meeting legislatures at the New Jersey State House in 2019. I meet new people, sometimes great researchers, and they have such big impact on who you are. And I'm very grateful that I get to meet these great researchers during conferences and sometimes great legends. So this is Dr. Harrison Schmidt, and he is one of the 12 men from the entire humankind who landed on the moon. So here I am, like literally touching the moon man. I was very excited about this. And sometimes I meet old friends at the conferences, and it's just wonderful that you get to meet them. You discuss your research and writing projects and just brainstorm, which is again big part of your planning in a research project. And I'm a parent. Here are my two children. My son is 5 now, and my daughter, she's 2. So here I am with all my struggles. I am an immigrant, I am woman of color, and I'm non-native speaker. And it has taken tremendous effort. Even today, I struggle with writing because English is not my first language. But over time period, I have learned how to work hard and how to identify mistakes in my writing, and just taking each day at a time. So you can be what you want. Uh, and you don't need me to give you a lecture, but I just thought that I will share just few key points that might help you on your STEM journey. So find good role models. That is very, very important. It helps you uh, learn good things from these people. Believe in your abilities. People will tell you otherwise, but you need to believe in yourself. Dream. And I cannot emphasize that enough. Ask questions. It's one of the abilities that you can develop in yourself, how to ask good questions. Go out and observe. We live in a world where we are constantly surrounded by desktops, laptops, iPads, cell phones, just screens around us. And we are forgetting what nature has to offer us, and we are forgetting our ability to observe different things. So I feel if you are on your STEM journey, then you need to go out more and just be close to nature. Work on your communication, speaking wise, writing wise, it's very important. And most importantly, keep moving forward. So here I am, Dr. Vanashri Nargund Joshi, or you can just call me Dr. NJ. And if you just search me, Dr. Nargund Joshi and NJCU, you will find me. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share my STEM journey. And I hope to see all of you one day in my class or in my laboratory. Thank you.